You see, Eli's son was worthless because their father was irresponsible. The question is why, preacher? Well, because Eli didn't put his foot down. Amen. Fathers, we need to put our foot down. Amen. We need to set the example in which our children need to follow, and we can't do it if our foot is propped up all the time. We have to lay down the law. We have to say what it is and what it's going to be and what it's not going to be. You see, my children have an understanding that when even though they grown, when they come to visit daddy, you better be in that house by 12 o'clock. Amen. They know that at 12 o'clock, I'm in my bed, my door locked, and I'm setting the alarm. Amen. They understand that. You can't go out there, because I tell them all the time, once you get past 12 o'clock, ain't nothing out there but fools and more fools. Amen. You need to get your butt inside. They understand that you can't get my kids to act up in front of me. Because I've always set the example to them that they have to respect me. Do you understand that? I love that they love me, but I want them to respect me. You understand that? Respect my house, respect my rules, right? And we all get along up in here. Eli did not lay down the law for his sons. He allowed them to continue to deal in evil doing and didn't say anything to them until it was too late. No, my son, it's not a good report I hear from the people of the Lord that's spreading abroad. If someone sins against God, here's what he says. It's too late now. If someone sins against God, if you sin against a man, God will be able to mediate between you and that man. But when you sin against the Lord, no one can intercede between you and the Lord. So we need to teach our children how to follow the rules and how to play nice and to do well. The father's primary role in the house is not just to be the disciplinarian, but is to provide instruction and guidance for the children. I know in my house, when I was a little boy, Joe Jefferson was the enforcer. You wanted to make sure you did everything because you did not want Joe Jefferson to enforce and to inflict upon your body the hurt that he was going to inflict because you did not do what you were supposed to do. I would rather my mama whoop me because I know she hit me one or two times. She be tired and that's it. Amen. But when Joe comes, Joe, he want to lay in on you. He want to remember all that you did back then and what you might do in the future. He was going to get you for that. We as fathers have to set the guidance in how our children are to live. We are to do it with love and with understanding. And we need to hold our children accountable for whatever it is that we're teaching them and instructing them to do. Eli failed to do this as a father. Y'all know I have this problem, whether y'all believe it or not, I do have this problem with marijuana. I don't think folk ought to be smoking marijuana. Amen. That's just me, especially young people, right? And if y'all pay attention to the scientists, they said this marijuana today is not the same marijuana when I was young, dumb, and foolish. It ain't the same marijuana. That was more natural marijuana. This is chemically enhanced marijuana. And one day the father had a son who got pulled over by the police because he was smoking marijuana in front of the house. And the police pulled up and was scolding the young man, and the daddy went out to see what was going on, and the police told him, well, your son is out here, we've been watching him. He's been smoking marijuana, and he's been acting erratically, and he's in possession of marijuana. And so the police talked to the father to talk to his son, and they released the son to the father. And the father and the son went back in the house, and the father sat the son down and explained, said, son, I'm an adult, and I can do what I want to do. But you are a child, and you can't do what I do. And you have to be responsible in whatever you do. And so the son looked at the father, and he was kind of shocked. He said, yeah, right, you're an adult. You can smoke, and you can drink, and you can take drugs, and you can sleep around, but I can't do that. The father said, that's right. You can't do that because I'm grown. See, you can't do whatever you want to do. So the son said to the father, well, Father, if you can do that, why can't I do that? Did y'all catch that? The father set an example in which the son was doing what? Following. And now the father wants to correct the son when the son is only following the example. I'm in here all by myself. You can't get angry at your children if they're doing the same stuff that you're doing. I'm in here by myself, y'all. You see, you got to set the what? Example. Or whatever it is that you want them to do, you have to set the example. Then you can scold them and chastise them. Amen. We have to change. Fathers have to change themselves in order to change their sons and to change their daughters. The problem is in the home because the world is influencing the home, but the father is there to dispel all of the misnomers of society. The proverb writer tells us, discipline your son, for in that there's hope. Do not be willing to part to his death. That means we have to take care of our